Live with coverage you trust. This is NBC 10 News at 5:30.
And right now, new at 5:30, criminal customer kidnapping charges filed against a Warwick man after an incident in the bathroom of a local sandwich shop. And tracking threats, a teen accused of widespread threats against schools in 4 states reaching into southern New England. But first, at 5:30, new details on a bizarre accident in Providence. One man seriously hurt after falling through an open manhole on a city sidewalk. Tonight, that man is recovering from his injuries. NBC 10's Olivia Fecto has been pushing for answers from the city today as to how this could happen. Olivia is live in the studio with what she's found out. Olivia? Right now, a Nashville, Tennessee teenager is in federal custody facing terror charges for allegedly making threats against schools in 4 states, including Massachusetts. The FBI confirms to NBC 10 that threats were made against schools in Brockton, Hanson, and Whitman this week. A threat Thursday at Bristol Community College in Fall River is still under investigation and may not be connected. The teen is accused of emailing and phoning in the threats. Authorities have not yet identified him. He was expected in federal court today. A Warwick man is accused of sexual assault and kidnapping tonight. Police say it all happened inside a Subway sandwich shop. An employee at the Providence Street location says Sean Turgeon lured her from behind the counter this morning by claiming the toilet was overflowing in the restroom. But then when the worker went to check, Turgeon allegedly tried to sexually assault her and tried to keep her from leaving the restaurant. She fought her way free, though, and Turgeon took off on foot. He was arrested on a nearby bike path. And right now, Providence police are investigating a stabbing near Gilbert Stewart Middle School. The school department tells NBC 10 a student from a different school was attacked Thursday after school hours. Police are talking to students who witnessed the stabbing. Counseling support is available to students who may need it. Now to a preview of an NBC 10 News special. Aaron Hernandez, the fall of a football star. It's a comprehensive look back at the murder trial, start to finish. Adam Bagney and I will co-host. Adam is live in the newsroom now with more of his exclusive sit-down with the jury that convicted Hernandez earlier this week. Adam, a big story.
Yeah, Brian, sure was.
Well, country music star Tim McGraw is sticking by his decision to headline a fundraiser for a group tied to the Sandy Hook school shootings. McGraw is scheduled to play at a concert benefiting Sandy Hook Promise, which is meant to protect children from gun violence. Gun rights activists called McGraw a hypocrite for appearing at the event, calling it a gun control fundraiser. McGraw supports gun ownership, but says this concert will help the community. It's July 17th at the Xfinity Center in Hartford. Well, new developments now on a bizarre story we've been following this week. The wife of a postal worker who landed a flying contraption at the Capitol building is speaking out now. Douglas Hughes, you may have seen this, made a hard landing with his gyrocopter on the Capitol lawn Wednesday. He says he was delivering letters to Congress about campaign finance reform. Hughes was detained and charged with violating national airspace. Now, speaking from their Florida home, his wife describes when she heard about the stunt.
My reaction, it's difficult to explain my reaction for this. I was shocked. My hands shake.
Hughes is expected to return to Florida in the next few days. Well, coverage you trust continues new at 5:30. Plan of attack. Despite a rising tide of deadly drug overdoses, we meet the people working to make a difference. And outbreak update. Health officials with good news on a rash of measles tied to the happiest place on earth. Health Check is next. Also in Health Check, California health officials now say a measles outbreak tied to Disneyland is over. The outbreak sickened 131 people in California, and it spread to a handful of other states, plus Mexico and Canada. The outbreak sparked a new debate over vaccinations. Many who caught the illness had not been immunized. Mother's Day is coming. Do you need a gift idea? Well, I love you, Mom, but this might be a little steep. How about this 100-carat white diamond? It's one of just 6 100-carat diamonds sold at auction in the last 25 years. That is some bling. It's color and clarity flawless. Sotheby's expects it will bring in between $19 and $25 million at auction next week. And the same day as a new trailer for the next Star Wars movie hit the web, a Japanese airline announced an R2-D2 themed plane. All Nippon Airways will fly a Boeing 787 decorated with the droid's iconic blue and white stripes. The R2-D2 jet will be used for international flights this fall. Well, coverage you trust in your neighborhood tonight. First to Providence, where a Rhode Island icon is paying tribute to another star with Ocean State ties. Look closely now at the big blue bug right next to I-95. Nibbles Woodaway is wearing big white glasses in honor of Sarah Potenza. The Rhode Island native, Sarah that is, was featured on the current season of NBC's The Voice. Potenza grew up in Smithfield but now lives in Nashville. Warren's Lyle Acres Farm is the 100th in Rhode Island to be permanently protected by the state's Agricultural Land Preservation Commission. The 40-acre farm has been operating for 125 years and provides vegetables, hay, and grazing land. The Preservation Commission has protected 70,000 acres of land during their 30 years of work. And the city of Woonsocket will be installing new parking signs to alert drivers to free spots around Main Street. Woonsocket's mayor hopes to attract more visitors to the city's restaurants and entertainment venues like the Stadium Theater. The signs will be installed in the near future. And to West Warwick, where there's a fundraiser Sunday to benefit the residents of the Westgate condominium fire. Dozens lost their homes in the fire at the complex in Warwick last month. A report from the state fire marshal this week noted the cause of the fire as inconclusive. Sunday's benefit at the Villa on Coeisset Avenue includes live music and raffles. It runs from noon to 6 p.m. and tickets are $25. The coverage you trust continues. New at 5:30, senators support the push for a new face on the $20 bill is catching on in Washington. And streetcar study, we're digging into new details of a transit plan in Providence. Our Money Watchers report is up next. New Hampshire Senator Jeanne Shaheen is backing a push to put a woman on the $20 bill. She's filed legislation to create a citizens panel to find an appropriate candidate. The group Women on 20s wants to put the new face in place by the year 2020. Eleanor Roosevelt and Harriet Tubman are possibilities. President Andrew Jackson there, he would get the heave-ho. Well, Netflix reports they've crossed another threshold, 60 million subscribers worldwide. They've added 5 million of those since the start of the year. In that time, users have streamed 10 billion hours of content. Netflix is planning more original series to be released this year. And Providence's City Council voted this week to approve a study to bring an electric streetcar service to downtown. The Providence Journal reports the proposal would cost about $100 million in total, split between city, state, and federal sources. The proposed line would make 11 stops, beginning at the Providence train station and ending at Rhode Island Hospital. Future expansions to other parts of the city are also possible. The NBC 10 Money Watchers are looking out for your wallet. Frank Coletta is following your tax dollars and getting your questions about the economy answered. Catch his business lunch every day on NBC 10 News at noon. And Patrice is back for a look at what's ahead on our 6 o'clock broadcast. Hi again, Patrice.